Okay, is the PowerPoint up? Just making sure everybody can see it okay. Oh, all right, well, first and foremost, hello everybody. Yay. Hi, my name is Stephen Crudup. I am I'm the Assistant Dean for Workforce and SAV programs at Hillsborough Community College. And I'm also the 2022 chair for the workforce, for our Workforce Adult and Continuing Education Commission for the Association of Florida Colleges. And I want to thank you all for being here today, as we're going to go over what our commission does. Hopefully some of you know, I see some familiar faces in the group, but then also I see a lot of new names, and we're happy to have you. That's why we do these as open sessions, so that you can learn more about what we have to offer, some of our upcoming events and activities, and know how you can get involved with us, and continue some professional development around those topics that we cover. So today's session is really going to be about us, what we have to offer to you. And then we're going to go into a little bit about how you can get involved with the association if you so choose to do so, but also let you know about some of our exciting upcoming events that are open to anyone that is interested in learning about the topics within our area. Okay. First and foremost, again, the AFC WACE Commission is the Workforce Adult and Continuing Education Commission. So we cover a wide range of areas. We're not just CTE workforce programs. We're not just AS programs. We're not just AAS programs. We work with everything from trades programs to transfer programs to adult programs and ESL programs, as well as continuing education programs that are offered at institutions. So we have a wide range of interest and needs from the people who make up our commission, even our leadership within the commission. We all work in different areas within this umbrella. So we're looking to engage those folks who might not be in the traditional credit hour education, for lack of a better term. So if you fall into that category, into the things that you do, or if you have an interest in those areas, WACE could be for you. And if we're not, come on in, join us, find out what we can do, and then we'll help you find the right place within AFC that you can get involved. We have 3 social media platforms. Well, not social media necessarily, 1 website and 2 social media platforms that we work off right now. One is our main website, which is off of the myafchome.org. It currently still has Eligio's smiling face on it and our information from last year, because it still needs to be updated. But the people that are on there can always get you to us if you have questions or issues, and hopefully that will be updated shortly. We just had the annual leadership conference and transition meeting just last week. So everything is in the process of switching over from 2021 to 2022. We also do have a Facebook, because we're old. And we haven't kind of reached the gram yet. One day maybe. We need to get Jania and her youngness to hook us up with an Instagram at some point. But right now our Facebook is also one of our areas where we do communication. So please check us out, follow that. We do put up our announcements for events and activities, and you can follow us there. And then lastly, goodness, I'm trying really hard. Lastly, we do have a YouTube that's been up for a couple of years now. Thank you to Eligio. And we have been posting recordings of some of our different lunch and learn programs. And that's also our intention for this year as well, so that folks who aren't able to join us live can go in and see the video on demand version of the videos at a later date. So know that if you have to go, we understand that. You can always go back and watch the VOD once we get that set up on the commission website or on the YouTube. So we're happy to Also we're looking into other ways that we can continue communication, and we'll continue to do that as time goes on. But we hope that those will be some great resources for you if you need them. And then I do want to take a moment to have the commission officers introduce themselves. But briefly, before we go through that list, I do want to say that we do have a couple of spots available for regional representatives. If you are in Region 1 or in Region 3, those are our areas where we're particularly of need at this stage in the game. So we would encourage you to consider that. We can talk a little bit more. Actually, once we get down to it, if one of you, either Dr. Worth, Latrice, or Dalila, if you wouldn't mind talking about that role, if anybody knows anyone that might be interested in those regions, we would love to have them become a part of our board. But again, my name is Stephen Crudup. I'm the chair. I'm at Hillsborough Community College. My job is just to keep the ship moving forward this year with the guidance of my past chair, Eligio, and he'll talk a little bit more about his job. But my job is not only to work with the WACE Commission and the board, but also to serve on the board of directors for AFC and representing our area. So is Catherine here?
I sure am.
Yes, she is. Who are you, ma'am?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Catherine Lymer. I work at Seminole State College, and I serve as the Career Completion Coordinator. What that means is I am one of the supervisors in our Academic Advising and Counseling Office, and I supervise and work with the advisors and students in the career and technical education side. So all of our AS programs, our AAS, our certificates, and our workforce vocational programs. So that is what I do. I am the incoming chair, the chair-elect. So I will be watching closely everything Stephen does and hope to do the same thing exactly next year as he does.
Better.
No, maybe. We'll see. Yes. Always room for improvement, right? But you're doing a great job. So I'm very excited to be here and represent Seminole State College and adult workforce continuing education.
All right, next, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle Wallace, also from Seminole State. I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm in the adult education department with the ESOL students, and I help them transition over into the college. And we have also started our own integrated education and training program for our ESOL students and our GED students. So we're very excited about that.
And if you're new to workforce or the general idea of workforce, integrated in education and training, that is a big topic in the state right now. And so we definitely are considering some ways to do some more education on that. We did some last fall, and obviously we'll continue to talk about that topic as a unit because that is such an important aspect of what we're going to be doing in the next several years if we're not doing it already. All right. Who are you, treasurer?
I'm Jania Jones. I am from Florida State College at Jacksonville, so I'm far away from everybody. And I also teach in adult ed and ESOL and work very closely with some of the other areas of the college as well, such as professional development. But we've been implementing our IET for a couple of semesters now and are really looking forward to seeing some numbers moving in that area. So I'm here really to get some best practices from all of you and to spend money because I was told by Stephen that's what he needs me to do. And I will bear that burden for this entire commission. Yes.
We appreciate that. We appreciate it on your behalf. And then our I would say our longest standing current commission member, Mr. Ryan Buckthorpe.
Hello, Steve. So I'm Ryan Buckthorpe, the director of the Institute for Corporate and Continuing Education at Hillsborough Community College. and yes, the current historian of WACE. I was the chair prior to Eligio. So I think we kind of got a pathway going here of you're a member of, secretary or region or something. Then you move on to chair-elect, then you move on to chair, then you move on to historian. So we got a nice pathway going here. And the idea of the historian is to kind of maintain any, kind of documents that in best practices that we have in order to, not lose any content. So each chair can kind of build on the last to make those incremental improvements while not losing any of those details and data that has been improved over the past year. So, hello.
Our next, Mr. My role model, our past chair, Mr. Eligio. Who are you? What's your role, sir?
Good afternoon. My name is Eligio Marquez. I am the program director at Palm Beach State College for the industrial and technical programs. I am the past chair of this commission. I took over when, for Ryan, I was the chair-elect. Was Ryan, and I took over for him. We did a little bit more, and this year we expect that Steve does much more than what we have been doing. So our goal is to keep WACE growing and being better and better every year. So Catherine, yes, you have to be better than Steve. Steve has to be better than me.
It's noted. It's noted, Eligio.
Okay.
And then moving on to our regional representatives. Again, Region 1 is currently unavailable. And thank you, April, for getting the word out up in your region. That's been a hard one to crack for us. But our Region 2 representative is Dr. Worth. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I'm Dr. Greg Worth. I'm the Director of Workforce and Community Development at Florida State College at Jacksonville. I oversee our continuing workforce education department, our CE, as well as work hand in hand with a lot of our CCs or career certificates. And so that's what we do on a daily basis, trying to work on some apprenticeships and working with adult ed and ESOL as well, trying to get students over. So, really excited to join this association this year and represent Region 2 with the idea of how can we get more of our sister schools in Region 2 involved, as well as more of our internal workforce development area involved as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Again, Region 3 is currently available. That's Central Florida. That's kind of that Central Florida across. Catherine was our Region 3 until she took over. So we are definitely looking for someone in that area too. And then our Region 4 representative is Latrice Moore. Would you like to introduce yourself, Latrice?
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Latrice Moore, and I'm at Polk State College. Go Eagles! I am a newbie on this in this committee, so they've been nice to me so far, everyone. So it's been a great committee to be on. I teach. I wear 2.5 hats at Polk State College. I teach business administration and all the courses that kind of fall under that umbrella, marketing management. And then I am the entrepreneurship program coordinator and business program coordinator. So I help guide and help with enrollment and get those programs known in the community. The reason I joined this committee is because I'm really passionate about workforce. I'm really passionate about how entrepreneurship should be infused into workforce programs. I always give the example, a plumber needs to have that trade, but they may want a patent to make a tool different. And so that makes them an entrepreneur. So that is why I'm interested, and I welcome any questions, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
You and that's a huge push for those of you who've been around the state for the past 5 or 6 years. We know that entrepreneurship is going to be a pathway that we're talked about versus traditional education and getting your degree and going out and working for a company. So we're happy to have you as an expert in that area for us, and hopefully we can get you to do some lunch and learns in the future about some of those ideas. And then last but certainly not least, and also Latrice, I apologize. I did not, you were Dr. Latrice. I will update that information. Thank you for saying that. But I also want to introduce Dr. Rodriguez down at Palm Beach State. Who are you, ma'am?
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Dalila Rodriguez and I am the Workforce Assessment Advisor at Palm Beach State College. I work with students who need to take the TABE test going into clock hour programs, non-credit programs in the trades and also in the health fields. I also teach a course for students in the health field. My role here as Region 5 representative covers South Florida, and I will talk to you a little bit more about what we do as region representatives a little bit later in the presentation, and I will talk about Region 1 and Region 3 as well. Okay.
Okay, so what is the mission of WACE, and who do we serve? Steve touched on this a little bit at the beginning of the presentation, but the primary objective of WACE is to be a resource for best practices and networking for anyone impacting workforce, adult, and CE educational programming. Workforce, meaning AS degrees, college credit certificates, PSAB or CTE programs, which are all meant to drive immediate employment upon completion. Adult education, meaning GED or ESOL, and other educational programming aimed at helping students meet the minimum criteria to enter college. And CE, or continuing education, that's the area that I work in. CE meaning non-credit training aimed at building an individual's workforce skills, or maybe just classes just for fun. I like to say we do everything from salsa to Six Sigma. And this area also includes providing corporate training services to businesses to improve their workforce. So whether you provide instruction, advising, career services, outreach, administration, curriculum development, in any of these kind of workforce areas, WACE is intended to be that place where you can locate resources, share your ideas, and discuss your best practices with like-minded workforce professionals. And as Steve mentioned, a lot of those resources are posted to our social media and YouTube platform, as well as our AFC commission page. And so those are the resources that you should reach out to and connect with. On the next slide, you'll see our official mission. So our official mission, you can see our goal is basically to serve you, to serve the folks that are in the areas of workforce, adult, and continuing education, to make sure we're meeting your interests. So if it's a topic of interest to you, we want to know about it, and then we want to share that with the group so that way we can get best practices shared and accomplished. And you'll learn more about some of the ways we do that with sharing those resources, but also our lunch and learns and things like that that can kind of build up what you're doing in your job. And WACE is here to kind of support that, but we need you to be a part of supporting it. You know, no one person has, all the answers, but we work together through all of our WACE contacts, and then share that information with one another, and kind of learn from one another and grow from one another, kind of as one unit of workforce. So now I'm going to turn it over to Michelle, and she's going to tell you a little bit about some of our current goals and how they're aimed at supporting your workforce interests.
So our current goals for WACE are to represent the interests of the commission membership. Now, how do we do that? One of the reasons that I got involved in the board was to be able to have professional development opportunities, be able to network with other professionals that were in the same areas that I was, especially workforce, as much as it's changing in the state of Florida. We also want to have a broad range of participation and representation so that everybody can bring their ideas to the table, not only in workforce, but in the adult education programs and the continuing ed programs. There's so much out there and so much good stuff that everybody can bring to the table and talk about, and everybody can get ideas from it. We're in the community and the state colleges, and we provide membership with valuable professional development opportunities like today. We do have some other ones coming up that we will go over also. And again, sharing the best practices. And that's, I imagine, why a lot of y'all to be able to get that networking opportunity and to be able to hear what everybody across the state is doing. This is one of those places you can come and be able to hear, hey, all the way from Pensacola to Miami, what's everybody doing? So we're very happy you're here today. And now I will turn it over to Catherine.
All right, so these are a list of our annual activities. So I do have to say we've come quite a long way. I believe that Ryan created this kind of this commission kind of it rose, I think, up from the dead. I don't think there was much that the WACE was doing before Ryan got involved a few years ago and I jumped on board. And I look at all the things we're doing now, all the activities, and it's really exciting to see things that we're offering for professional development for people in the workforce, adult education, and continuing education areas. So one of the things we have is first our open meetings. So we have open meetings that will be held for anyone in AFC to come and listen to what WACE is up to, talk and get connected to other people. As you see, there was a pre-conference meeting, and then our November meeting is going to be at the AFC annual conference. Lunch and learn. This is, for me, one of the best things about this commission is that we have these lunch and learn series. It's great to get out here, meet other people from other colleges who do similar jobs, and just talk and network. Everyone keeps saying network, but it's really the number one thing that AFC has done for me. It's wonderful to be able to pick up the phone and call someone at another college. If you're having any sort of weird thing happening in your workforce and you're confused about something, it's just nice to have colleagues across the state. So we have a bunch of lunch and learns scheduled. February 2nd, that's what we're here right now. What is WACE? What's in it for me? March 2nd, we're going to have a presentation from our exemplary practice. So please stay tuned and tune in for that one. March 30th, stigmatization of CTE part 2. I feel like I spend all of my time here telling people that, we're here too, just like the AA students, right? The career technical education is here. And so I think it's a great thing to talk about why people sometimes look down on career technical education and how we can change that mentality. And then summer +2 fall coming. So we don't have all of these planned yet for the year, as you probably assume. There's a lot of things we can talk about, but we need to hear from you all. So if you're all on this call and you're not part of the commission, we want to know, what do you want to see? Because the commission, we've talked about this, we've done this for a little bit, we have our ideas, but at some point we need some input from you. So please, please reach out to any of us. If you have any ideas of something you'd like to learn more about, we'll try to get a presenter, we'll do a lunch and learn, and then you can come and learn, eat your lunch and learn something at the same time. Mini conference, that is going to be talked about in the next slide by Jania, but we're maybe thinking outside the box, doing something a little different this year. If you have any ideas of when this would make sense for people on the call, and then maybe topics and things like that, we would love to hear that. And then conference presentations. So we present about WACE at the region conferences. Each region has their conference typically in the spring. And then at the AFC, we've done a roundtable before, and then our exemplary practice winners will present at the annual conference. So, and our exemplary practice award. So we look every year for someone who's doing something great outside the box, something new that's working well in these areas, and we want to highlight that, and we want to give you money, right? So there's financial incentive to submit something to us. So we can applaud you on all the great work that you're doing around all the 28 state colleges. So that is kind of in a nutshell our annual activities. We're always open to adding things. If something you have some great idea and you're like, wow, why aren't they doing XYZ? Let us know. As the incoming chair, I have been given my marching orders that I have to do what Stephen does and then up it a little bit. So we want all of your ideas that you have, and we're really excited to hear from you for how we can make this better.
And as she said earlier, we are looking for ideas for our mini conference, as well as ideas for the lunch and learn. But we've done a little bit of brainstorming, and some of the topics that the board and other members found interesting or wanted to know more about involved like diversity training for our partners. We know the students that we have in our classrooms may not be the students that they already have in their workforce. And so we want to make sure that they have the knowledge and the skills really to be the best employer for our students when they come into the workforce. So we wanted to learn a little bit about that. Also, everybody's hearing about this great resignation, and we wanted to look at what that impact is on some of the programs that we have at our colleges and our institutions. So I know that some industries are impacted more than others. So as we dig deeper into that, hopefully we will get some insight about what we can do to equip our students in this great resignation. And like we heard a minute ago, maybe the way that we equip them is by giving them the skills they need to be entrepreneurs and start their own businesses, taking the skills that they learn within our programs and doing the thing for themselves. We also talked about how the current increase in wages is going to have long-term impact on the economy, and looking at as things, our adjustments are made, cost of living adjustments and things like that, how that's going to have an impact. We're looking for ideas. We're always looking for speakers. So if you are someone who has a topic that you are passionate about, or if there's, God bless you, if there's a program that you are doing and you have to present that to us and share this magnificent work, by all means, feel free to do that. We also are looking at nailing down some dates for that mini conference. I know they mentioned at the leadership conference about teaming up with other commissions. So if there are other commissions that you may be a part of that are doing a mini conference or a professional training in the end of the spring, early summer, definitely let us know. And we can look at, maybe collaborating on that. And also we talked about different networking. And of course, we all are in various areas, but we wanted to look at maybe some like affinity groups where, people can collaborate within, with others from within their area. For example, I'm in adult education in ESOL. So, maybe a bunch of adult education in ESOL people have opportunities to meet and collaborate, or maybe a bunch of continuing ed folks have opportunities to meet. So I know that things vary within different regions, but there are definitely great ideas and best practices that can be shared from institution to institution. And so the idea is that by getting with others, seeing what they're doing that's working, then maybe we can implement some of those effective policies and procedures and strategies in our own programs.
Okay, so as the previous 2 years, we are having this year again our AFC WACE Exemplary Practice Award. Nominations must be from practices implemented in the 12 months prior to the submission deadline. So in this case, we're talking about August of 2021 to July of 2022, this year that we're running. Nominees must be a current AFC member for at least 3 months at the time of the submission. All nominations must be submitted in video format, no longer than 5 minutes. Normally, what we receive is a link of a 5-minute video that was put on YouTube, and it's sent to our email that I will mention it in a few minutes. Submission should be innovative, student-centered practices. There's a note also that by submitting your video entry, you agree to have your video shared on the AFC WACE website, AFC WACE Facebook page, and our YouTube channel also. All award winners are expected to showcase their practice and presentation form at the AFC conference, 45 to 50 minutes, and some time for questions, and an abbreviated version at one of the AFC WACE Lunch and Learns. So normally the first place will be going to the annual conference. And the second place and third place will be doing lunch and learns. So you can email your video submission to AFC Waste Commission at waste.afc@gmail.com. That is the email that we have for that. And if you have any questions, you can contact me. If you write to that email, I can answer you also. Any of us can. We all have access to that email. And the deadline for submission will be July 31 of 2022. So we are looking for people to submit their exemplary practice awards so that we can have more of these lunch and learns, and we can learn more about whatever that exemplary practice was also.
Okay, how can you get involved in WACE? Well, you're doing it right now. You are attending one of our major events here, our WACE Lunch and Learns, okay? Whoever said that since Ryan got involved, we have been very active is so correct. A lot of times people would say, WACE, what is that? And, you know, people didn't know about our WACE Commission, and we have become very active. And one of the things that has really helped a lot are these lunch and learns, because you know, we're very busy people, so we don't often have time to jump into meetings at all different hours. But hey, we have to eat, right? So during our lunch break, 12 to 1, we get together. We can eat, that's okay. We can have our bueno bar, and we can still participate in our lunch and learn meetings. I don't want to call them conferences, but we have great topics. Generally, we meet about once a month. We try to do it about once a month, okay? And we have excellent topics of concern to us who are in the workforce, adult or continuing ed fields, okay? So they're very relevant to us. The mini conferences, somebody mentioned that we can what do you call it? We can go in with a commission. We can, you know, participate with a commission, but we can also participate with a region. So, you know, last year we did that. Our conference was within a region that was having a conference, and we participated along with them. Our next open meeting, it was mentioned, but April 27th. And open meeting, what is it? It's open to everyone. So it's for AFC or non-AFC participants. So get the word out. Now, we talked about the fact that we're missing Region 1 and Region 2 representatives. Well, if you are in Region 1, and I'm going to read who Region 1 is for those of you who may not be aware. Region 1 has to do with April, your area, the Panhandle. Okay, so we have Chipola College, Gulf Coast State College, Northwest Florida State College, Pensacola State College, and Tallahassee Community College. If you belong to one of these areas, come see us. You may want to be our Region 1 rep. Region 3 is Central Florida. So College of Central Florida, Daytona State College, Lake Sumter State College, Seminole State College of Florida, and Valencia College. Okay, if you are in any of these areas, you may well want to represent the WACE Commission at Region 3. Okay, so your duties are basically, I would say the main duty is to keep your region informed of anything going on in the WACE Commission. So Region 5, I'm the rep for Region 5. You guys always get a notice or several notices about different things that we're doing, such as this lunch and learn. So it is important to keep you informed so that you can attend our events. So that's basically how you can get involved. Now, Latrice is actually going to give a little bit more on that, how you can participate.
So yes, everyone. So I would be remiss if we didn't point out on this second day of February that February is actually Career and Technical Education Month. And so in the state of Florida, we have more than 772,000 CTE students in our K through 12 programs. We have more than 338,000 in our post-secondary CTE programs and over 15,000 registered apprenticeships. So which says the importance of why we should all be engaged and be involved. So this would be a great month to get out and be a cheerleader for our programs. And so you could participate as a member of the Exemplary Practice Committee. You could also serve on the Elections Committee and also apply for the Exemplary Practice Award. What a great way to basically, toot your own horn by, getting together maybe with a colleague and applying for the Exemplary Practice Award to show the awesomeness of our CTE programs.
And win money.
Absolutely.
And win money.
The money is always a nice piece.
The money is always nice. And the thing to get started, I think, is, we have so many great things that are happening in the state, especially in the workforce space, in the adult education space. I mean, we could do, looking at the topics for lunch and learns. If there's something that's going on in your college or your organization that's an exemplar, tell us about it. Come and talk about it, right? We want to learn from each other, right? There's so many great bridges that are happening between ESOL and adult education in CTE programs or even CWE programs that would be fantastic. Last week, the AACC WDI Workforce Development Institute did their conference here in Jacksonville. And, they were showcasing all kinds of simulations. If you're doing some type of simulation or augmented reality or virtual reality in your organization, we want to learn about it, right? Like, share it, show us what's going on, what's winning, so we can bring it, look at it as a possibility for our students. So please look for different opportunities to speak on a topic for a lunch and learn. Other things that you can do, submit a program for our conference, right? We would love for you to, come in and do a proposal for our conference on a waste related topic and ask us to sponsor you, right? We can sponsor you, going back to the money piece. At least, attend one of the conferences. One of the things that I love about this college is that, the connectivity between the different colleges across the state. When you pick up a phone and you call somebody when I call somebody at Miami-Dade or Palm Beach, I've traveled down and actually, met with Eligio on some of his programs before. I'm going to, we go to TCC in Valencia and we learn from one another. And attending these conferences, getting in the room, it's a great opportunity for us to build a community that affects our students positively.
So now we're at the point where if anybody would like to just ask any open questions of anybody of the group, we're happy to do that. And also want to say thank you, everybody, for a fabulous job of with the presentation. Thank you all for your commitment to making that happen. It's hard when you're trying to organize something over email, but it worked really well, and I appreciate you all for that. Do we have any questions? Feel free to open your mic, throw them out if we can help. Okay, seeing none, because apparently we did a great job. Answered every question anybody had. Well, I'm going to scoot on then to just say we would love for people to get involved with us. Again, we have chosen as a commission to stay open to anyone in our field. We don't require that you have to be involved with AFC. That's just been a decision that we've kind of run with because we want everybody to get connected. But there are going to be some things that unfortunately we would have to, you won't be able to attend certain things without the discount and all those kinds of things. So we do encourage people to consider getting involved with AFC as a whole. If you are an AFC member already and you want to get involved with the WACE Commission, just go onto your My AFC home, click on your profile after you log in and choose us as one of your commissions so you get the information that comes out about our commission. If you're not an AFC member, AFC membership is dirt cheap as far as memberships go, and you can do it one of two ways. You can either do one annual payment, or you can do payroll deduction. I personally have done payroll deduction, and that way I never forget to pay my membership. I don't have a lapse, but that's but everybody has different ways they want to do it. But we do encourage you to do that as well. WACE membership could come with some fun advantages in the future if Jania gets her way to spend the money the way that she wants to. So hopefully we can engage some folks to do that and see what happens. But honestly, I don't think any of us would be here without AFC as a whole. In general, the opportunities for professional development, just conversations. I think we all, especially these past 2 years, I think AFC has filled that spot for me of professional networking, where I've just needed to talk to other people, ask other people questions. Ironically, Eligio and I, it's the funniest thing in the world. We were starting a heavy equipment program here. We had planned on going to Palm Beach to go do a site visit at one point. We couldn't get down there because of the pandemic. And then Eligio and I became colleagues and friends through this commission. And now we talk all the time. So the next time I go down there, he's going to take me to lunch, that kind of thing. So, but who knew? I didn't know that I was like, I don't know anybody at Palm Beach. How am I going to connect? Now I know seriously, 13 people at Palm Beach just from working through, just through this commission alone, and with, and now I know that I can rely on them for questions and answers. I can go to them. And the same thing, that's one of the things too we love about Latrice, having her become a part of us with Polk State. And they're just across the way from us in Hillsborough County. I'm between Hillsborough and Polk County. And so we're excited to have them engaged. We're just excited to constantly be growing that network and finding ways to get people involved. And then also, lastly, I'm going to say there are some tuition discounts for anybody who's looking for potential further education, other things. There's some really cool little discounts that are available through us as well. Go ahead, Jeff. I see a hand. Please jump on in.
Yeah, I had to step away for a moment. So you might have covered this. I'm not sure, but I was looking. It looks like there's WACE, the Workforce Adult and Continuing Education, and then there's also a separate one called Adult and Continuing Education. Is that right?
No.
They were combined. It's only WACE now.
Okay, I have both selected somehow. So I don't know
Okay,
what's going on.
yeah, that's just older versions probably of when you did it, but you can update now.
Okay.
Now they've been combined into one.
Cool,
Yes,
thank you.
Mhm. I also wanted to highlight our next presentation. We will be updating this information. Thank you, Jeff, for the feedback. But that to join us. But our next one, look for publicity coming out. You don't have to worry about saving all this right now. But one of our Exemplary Practice Award winners from last year, Dr. Loretta Uvare and Alexia Roll, are going to be talking about automotive tech employer engagement leading to apprenticeship. It's a new and innovative program that they're doing at Miami-Dade College. So we highly encourage anybody who has programs in that area or wants to learn more to join us for their Exemplary Practice presentation, where they're going to go into detail about how they were able to establish that program, and as well as develop themselves to become a program sponsor, which is a whole new aspect of developing apprenticeship programs. So we hope you can join us on Wednesday, March 2nd at 12 p.m. for that session. And again, look for emails with the links to join. I just went ahead and put this up there as I was just to fill space on the side, so it didn't look all white at the moment. But look for that information as well. And then lastly, yes, Brian. Oh yeah, absolutely. We can provide this presentation. Probably what I'm going to do. We have a Google Drive, and we'll probably find a way to share this through the Google Drive and wait on our next email that we can send out to the community so people can have the information as well. Thank you. And then lastly, do we just want to say thank you. I want to thank again everybody that came out and spent some time with us today. Sorry again, I sound like a frog. Hopefully that will dissipate in the next couple of days. But I do want to thank the commission and everybody that's been involved in this presentation today, and Eligio for kind of leaving me some steps to kind of polish up for us to be able to do this. And also, again, we will be putting this up on the video on demand on our Facebook, off our YouTube page, and also linking that through our Facebook as well, so you can follow us and share this with other people. Okay, but thank you all very much. If there's no additional questions, we'll hang out for a minute if you have any more. But otherwise, thank you again. We look forward to seeing you at the next Lunch and Learn, March 2nd.